Hello, good morning. Today we're talking about how to become a better ballet dancer. I feel like I'm qualified to talk about this as I've been dancing for 18 years. I'm 28 now, and yeah, I started when I was 10. Yeah, so I went through all of the hard, the school, the finding the jobs, all of that stuff. And yeah, if you haven't been dancing for 18 years, then I could probably give you a tip or two. Okay. So, first thing you need to know is what actual good ballet looks like. So, if you're a beginner, then you need to be getting addicted to watching ballet videos from good people, actually watching ballets, reading books on ballet, this kind of stuff. Find out, like, get into the ballet world completely. And yeah, eventually you'll see something like a sickled foot, and it would make you feel sick is probably not the best word, but I like if I see a sickled foot, I feel sick. Okay, it's disgusting. So don't sickle your feet. But me too. So if I'm watching myself in the mirror and I sickle my foot, then I'm like, what? And I think that's. I mean, I hope I hope that's a normal reaction for a lot of ballet dancers because they know that it looks so bad. Like the broken line is just absolutely illegal. So those are the kinds of things that you want to have for all of your ballet class, so like bent knees, sickled feet, the wrong heads, that you should have this kind of reaction to it. And if you get like that, then that would be really good because then when you record yourself and you watch over your own videos, then you actually change the things that are wrong instead of just thinking like, this is nice, everything's fine, when it's not fine, when it's not fine. Okay, the second thing is, record yourself. So you want to know what good ballet is and then record yourself. It's going to be really awful at the start. Like when I first started recording myself, it was probably during auditions at school, and I really hated it. And I didn't I didn't record myself ever. I didn't even take pictures with my friends. Like I have like no footage of my time at school at any time before that, and I had a smartphone for that whole time. It's just I always thought like, it's fine. I can just remember the memories and all this stuff. I'm not the same now. Now I actually obviously, if you follow me on any of my social medias, you know that I take videos, I take pictures. Now I'm like making up for it. I do it much more than most people. But yeah, you're gonna record yourself even if you don't feel like it. Like right now, I'm recording myself. Do I feel like it? Debatable. But you just press record, and then you start you start doing the ballet, you do your stuff, and then just look over it. I mean, I'm explaining it like super simple, but ignore all of your feelings around actually recording because you're not going to want to do it. You're going to be afraid of it, but just do it anyway. And if you're in a ballet class and you're scared that people are going to watch you record, then usually you can just explain to them, hey, I'm recording because I want to get better at ballet. And if you're in a ballet class and you tell someone else that you want to get better at ballet, surely they can at least respect that you want to get better at ballet. Like, they're also doing ballet. They also hopefully want to get better. So, yeah, I mean, that's my kind of thought process. They might be upset with you that you're going to get better than them if you're recording, which is also true. If you start recording yourself and, they're not, eventually you're just going to be better than them, probably. So they might be like jealous and stuff. But anyway, don't worry about that. Ignore those other people, okay? You are on your own path and you want to get as good as possible because, like, why not? You're here, so. Okay, so know what good ballet is. Step one, record yourself. Step two, then you want to watch over those recordings and find all of your problems. So this is another not so fun thing to do. So as we were talking about before, with the stickled feet, bad. Bent knees, bad. Turn in, or some random, like if you're doing a pirouette and then you turn in before, and that's like a really common problem. That would also be really bad. You're going to write down your list of problems and get used to knowing what your main weaknesses are. Yeah, not so fun. After that, step four, okay, so we got Yeah, no, we've already done it. You know what we're on. So step 4 is make a plan to fix these weaknesses. So if it's you're off your leg in pirouettes, you have bad balance, your leg's not very high and stuff like this, you're going to make a plan to fix those weaknesses. So in a lot of cases, it's just you have to think about what it is. So if it's straightening your knee, if you can straighten your knee, then great. If you have a problem with straightening your knee, then you'll probably have to do some other things. I've always had a straight knee, so I can't really tell you how to straighten your knee more. But from what I know is you stretch your hamstring and you get stronger quads, I guess. I've also seen some exercises where people just like relax, like they have a little block and then they straighten their knee and then just like relax onto it. I can't recommend any of this stuff because my knees have always been fine. And I think that you should probably see a physiotherapist to actually check that it's like okay to stress the joint that much. If I had bent knees, I probably wouldn't be doing those exercises to straighten the knee more if they're not safe. Okay, anyway, always bloody tangents with these videos. So find your problems, write them all down, then you're going to make a plan to fix those problems. So if it's more turnout, then you need to do clams and laying in frogs. If you need more balance, then it'll be doing abs, core work, and then just practicing balances outside. Yeah, the main point of this video is to record yourself, really, because if you can record yourself, then you'll be doing the most difficult thing, which is like owning up to your mistakes. Because a lot of the time when you actually know what your mistakes are, then you can be pretty good at fixing them. But if you don't know what they are, that's the worst scenario. Like when someone like that hasn't been doing ballet much, is doing Grand Allegro and they're really enjoying it, but they're just really messy and there's just no technique. I felt like that before, where you think you did a really good Grand Allegro exercise and then you look back at the recording and you just look like some happy, okay, not in your case, but in my case, some happy idiot just dancing around with like turned in, bent knees, no flexibility. Yeah, this kind of stuff. So don't do that. Don't be that. Okay, we've got fix problems, make a plan to fix your problems, and then set your goals. So it would be good if when you go into your ballet class, you have some focus of the class. You don't just go there like, I'm doing a ballet class, but instead you're doing a ballet class plus I'm planning on fixing this one aspect or this one or two things in your class. So for me, today we've got ballet class. What am I going to fix? Probably my pirouettes to the left would be great if I could just, I do triples every day, but it doesn't feel like triple up, down. It's like triple down. And of course, if you follow me, you know that I want the pirouettes to be 1, 2, 3, hold for 1 second and then come down. If you just go 1, 2, 3 down, then it looks really bad. And I'd rather you do single pirouette down rather than 1, 2 down, So have a focus for your class. So you've already learned all the stuff, you've recorded yourself, you know what you're bad at, and now you're about to go into ballet class. Now is the time to fix one of your problems. So you can look into the mirror to find if you're actually fixing it or not. So say if you have a bent knee in arabesque, this is a really common problem. If you have a bent knee in arabesque, then when you're doing your tendu in arabesque, just look at yourself in the mirror and see if it's straight. And if it's not straight, make it straight. Just keep going until it's straight. And then to double check that you're actually doing what you think you're doing, then you can record it after class when no one's watching. Or when the people are watching if you're strong like me. Now. Okay, so we've got set goals. Make systems to actually hit your goals. Yeah, so the systems would be 1, going to ballet class, 2, recording yourself, 3, doing body conditioning so you're actually strong and you can balance, maybe Pilates, maybe yoga, doing some kind of cross training, not just purely doing ballet. Because if you're only doing ballet, you work your muscles in a certain way, which is great, but you need to work like the antagonist muscles, so you have like strong joints. So for example, say if you only worked one side of your arm, you only worked your bicep, Eventually, this muscle will get really strong, and then the back would be weak in comparison to the strong muscle here. And then eventually, there'll be too much pressure on one side of the joint, and then you'll get injured. So, ballet, if you're only doing ballet, you're putting a lot of pressure on one side of the joints. So, make sure you work the other side. So, it's really mostly for turnout. You're always turning out, you're never turning in. So, if you do things like Pilates and you're in parallel, or you have to actively pull your muscles in, then you're going to have a healthier hip joint. Because of course, if you're doing ballet for, what was I saying? So if you have strong quads in ballet because you're jumping, you're also going to have strong hamstrings because you're doing like arabesque and stuff. So it's not in all cases that you're imbalanced. It's just in some cases, but it's worth worrying about. Yeah, I think that's everything. Yeah, that'll be good.